Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video, welcome to the first match review of the season, and unlike last season where we started off the season with a 4-0 loss away at United, we have started this season with a 3-1 win away at Brighton. It's all looking good. It wasn't the best performance in the world, we can all agree on that. It wasn't the worst performance in the world, but the most important thing is everyone that played today got some vital minutes. It's clear to see where the fitness levels are. We've bagged 3 points. We didn't have overall control and dominance of the game, but we got the job done. And that's the most important thing. I think we can agree. Now, before we get into everything that was involved in the game today, I want to ask you guys, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell if you are new, smash the like button, let's try and get this to 7,000 likes. And before I start talking about Chelsea, I want to talk about a Brighton player. I want to talk about a recent Brighton player, an ex-Chelsea player, Tariq Lamptey. I have to say, I need to mention his name and give him a round of applause. Why? Because he was absolutely phenomenal tonight. Phenomenal. It's unfortunate he wanted to leave Chelsea. You can't blame the club or anything in terms of why he's not at Chelsea at the moment. You have to say, look, he wanted to move on. He went to Brighton because he wants to play first team football regularly now. He's doing that and he's absolutely killing it. And today he displayed exactly why Brighton were interested in getting him and why they ended up getting him. He proved just for such a young defender what, superb talent. Great bombing forward, has tremendous pace, has great skill, can dribble really well, can get involved and show all that confidence. And I have to say, he had Marcos Alonso in his pocket for big periods of the game. So fair play to Tariq Lamptey. I just want to give him that little mention. Fair play to you. Let's talk into the Chelsea team, the lineup. We saw two prominent debuts, Timo Werner and Kai Havertz, and I'm going to get into them in a sec. But let's talk about how we lined up today. We lined up in a formation of a 4-2-3-1. Kepa in goal, Marcos Alonso left back, right back Reece James, the two centre-backs of Zouma and Christensen. We had a double pivot of Jorginho and Kante, a midfield in front three of Loftus-Cheek in the middle, Kai Havertz to his right and Mason Mount to his left, and Timo Werner up top. Some positives in this lineup and some negatives in this lineup. I want to start off with the positives. I want to compliment the two centre-backs today, Zouma and Christensen. Especially Christensen, I thought was fantastic. Superb. Didn't set a foot wrong. In terms of Brighton coming at us, they were coming at us with their whole team. They were pressing quite high. They did penetrate through our midfield on a couple of occasions, but our centre-backs done a top job in trying to prevent Brighton from having clear-cut chances. And Christensen, for someone that I was a little bit 50-50 in regards to, I thought done a great job today. So fair play to him. Kurt Zouma getting a goal. A little bit lucky, I think we have to admit. It took a deflection, but a goal's a goal. So fair play to Christensen and to Kurt Zouma. I thought Kante and Jorginho done a decent job as well. Kante, especially in terms of interceptions and getting physical for such a small guy coming up against these big lads and winning battles. So fair play to N'Golo Kante. I thought he done tremendous. Marcos Alonso was caught out. Many times. As I said, against Lamptey, he was caught out. But there were times he managed to recover, there were times he didn't. The problem with Alonso and why I want Chilwell in this team really quickly is because Alonso is able to get forward, he's able to bomb and get himself involved in the attacks, but when he needs to defend, when he needs to drop back, he doesn't have the pace to keep up. And Lamptey, for an extremely fast young lad, was just running past Marcos Alonso on numerous occasions. But there were a couple of times when Marcos Alonso won the duel, so yeah, I'm glad he didn't let us down completely, so fair play. Reece James, you know what, he looks better than last season in many occasions, but I mentioned two things last season that he needed to improve on. I think he's improved on one, and the other one he still needs a bit of work. I want to compliment him about his goal. We conceded the goal against Brighton after we were 1-0 up. So they equalised 1-1. I have to say, a very good hit, but he shouldn't have had that amount of space in order to take the shot in the first place. However, a great hit, so you can't take anything away, but a fantastic response from Chelsea to be able to get the ball, get stuck in, bomb forward again, penetrate them, push high, cause pressure, and Reece James on the edge of the box smashes it into the top corner. I did not expect that whatsoever. Reece James, fantastic goal. Going forward, his crosses, Reece James is second to none. We can admit he's great at that. I had two things that I spoke about last season, as I've said. The two things were him getting stuck in more, being more aggressive, being able to win more duels in terms of defending and not allowing the opposition to run past. And the second thing in regards to Reece James was the amount of times that he passes back and the amount of times that he has options in front of him but he chooses to go back. It's just like a reflex. The first point I mentioned in terms of getting more stuck in, getting better defensively, being a bit more physical, having a bit more command of your area, I think he done that tonight. And fair play to Reece James. I'm happy he's improved on that. In terms of always passing back, he still has that tendency. And I don't know if it's panic, and I don't know if it's just a natural thing to him. He has options in front of him. He has N'Golo Kante. He had Kai Havertz on the numerous occasions. There were opportunities and chances to go forward, and he goes back. And it gives time for Brighton to get back into shape, and I just want him to think a little bit more forward. If he does that, brilliant. He's got the full package. The same way that Lamptey was just thinking forward, and it worked. Reece James has it in him to do the same. So I want to see him do that. In terms of Kai Havertz, not a fantastic performance. A fantastic effort. He was tired at the end. You could see Kai Havertz was absolutely shattered, sweating like a pig. He was absolutely drained. So fair play. You can't ask more from a player than that. Giving 100%. It wasn't his best game, but he had some moments. You could see what he could bring with his touch and his positioning and opening space for others to move into and those little contributions. Once he gets into his element, don't forget, guys, it's day one. It's day one. You can't expect the world on day one. You just can't. But Kai Havertz, not a bad performance, not a brilliant performance. Average. He came off. I think Lampard wants to save him for Liverpool. He was looking tired. If he ran any more, who knows what could happen. So, fair play to Kai Havertz. A decent debut. Average, decent debut. Timo Werner is just electric. Electric. The amount of energy Timo Werner has is... I miss seeing that in a striker. I miss seeing that in one of our strikers. And he done just that today. He was running them ragged. Ragged. The amount of times he was blasting forward, moving from one end of the pitch to the other in blitzering pace, getting into great positions, causing the Brighton defence a load of havoc. It's unfortunate he didn't get onto the score sheet. He had a couple of chances too. But overall, his contributions, his hold-up play, his positioning, as I said, mainly is just brilliant. And as I said, the amount of energy that he brings, we need from a striker for so long. And you could see he brings a lot of attention, and defenders are pulled away from him. The amount of times he was moving onto the side and then coming back in order to get involved in the action, coming a little bit deep. His contribution is brilliant. Timo Werner today, brilliant debut. As I said, unlucky to not score, but a brilliant debut. If there's a couple of negatives that I want to talk about, not even a couple of negatives to be fair. Mason Mount had an on and off. Some good moments, some bad moments. Some moments where he done everything that was required, and some moments where he would lose the ball really easily. My one concern is Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Oh my God, what a howler! I don't know what's happened to him. I don't want to, slate him or anything. You could see he was just struggling. He was just struggling. His confidence, his ability, I'm not sure if that's his position in the first place. Lampard shouldn't have played him just in behind the striker. That is not where Loftus-Cheek belongs. He's a natural box-to-box. He's a natural 8. But he just looked lost, even if he was playing in his position. His ball control, his decision-making... Everything was off. Everything was slow. Everything was lethargic. Everything was just amateur. And no matter, I think, where he's playing tonight, I think he would have had a terrible game. I don't know if it's his injuries, his fitness, his mindset. I really don't know. But it's not good. It's really not good. You cannot play at that level. You just can't. So we'll wait and see what happens. One thing that I do want to let you guys know of, don't forget, even though it wasn't the best performance in the world today, but... we didn't play with Pulisic tonight. We didn't play with Kovacic. We didn't play with Ben Chilwell. We didn't play with Thiago Silva. There were players missing there tonight. Players that are going to be playing regularly, who are going to be in the first team, in the starting lineup on a regular basis from Frank Lampard. So once those lads come in, which I'm hoping is going to be Liverpool, and one name that I mentioned that I didn't mention just now because I'm uncertain if he's going to make it, Hakim Ziyech. Don't forget, he didn't play either. And if he was playing, Havertz, I think, would have been a little bit more central. We wouldn't have had to play Loftus-Cheek in that role. And I think that is where we're going to benefit in the long run. So, Hakim Ziyech, I'm not sure if he's going to make it against Liverpool. I pray he does. It's not looking likely, though. We'll wait and see. Fingers crossed he can. But as for the others, I'm expecting them to all be ready and fit for the Liverpool game. And hopefully we can go to the next game, welcome them to the bridge, and get a job done. Just like Leeds United almost did. I told you Leeds were going to be a decent side. I told you in the prediction video. But anyway, we'll see what happens going forward. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your comments on today's game. So let me know below. My social media links in the description. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash that like button. Let's try and get us to 7,000 likes. Decent performance. All I'm bothered is winning start. 3 points in the bag. We move on to Liverpool. I'll see all of you really soon. Thank you all so much for watching. Look after yourselves. Have a good one. Take care. And peace.